All righty, all right. I think we are live. I'm just going to double check here to make sure that I am live everywhere that I want to be. I see you on LinkedIn. Let's check Facebook. Yes. Okay, honey. We are live. We are live, live, live. Welcome back to my weekly live stream. I had started a couple weeks ago going live on LinkedIn on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and decided that I wanted to take advantage. I'm paying for this streaming service, so I decided that I wanted to take advantage of it and start pushing out these lives to all my platforms. So we are live on LinkedIn. We are live on YouTube. We are live on my Facebook profile and inside my private Facebook community, Balanced Ambition. And for those of you who don't know me, who are new to me, new to my community, I am Tracetta Annell Washington, life balance coach and productivity consultant. I am also the CEO of Profitable Productivity. And what I do is partner with women executives, leaders, and entrepreneurs to help them have it all without sacrificing the things that matter most to them. And I do it through a process or something that like to call balanced ambition, because you don't have to choose between success in work and success in life. You can have both. It's both and not either or. And so that's what I do. If you are interested in connecting with me, learning more, I want to invite you to hop on a private call with me, a discovery call with me. Just go to chatwithtracetta.com and you can hop on my calendar, and I would love to chat with you about how we could possibly partner together so that you can have more life balance and basically take your life back. So, all right, if you are tuning in live with me, let me know that you are here. Say hello in the chat. Let me know where you are tuning in from. If you are watching the replay, I want to show you some love too. So let me know that you're here watching the replay. Hit me with that hashtag replay in the comments or chat, whichever platform you're on. Go ahead, let me know that you are here. So today's topic, I am excited to talk about this. I really actually intended or had planned to go a little bit more technical and get into more like trainee kind of content today. But while I was on my walk this morning, one of the things that I do as part of my own self-care routine is that I go for a 2-mile walk or thereabouts every morning. And I got out a little late this morning because I was in Orlando this weekend supporting one of my mastermind sisters, Regina Buckley, in her very first retreat. And so I just got back into town about 10:30 last night. And for whatever reason, I was wired and didn't get to sleep until after 2 o'clock. So I slept in a little bit this morning. So I got out on my walk a little bit late. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. One of the things that I do when I'm out on my walks is, or one of the reasons why I really like walking and especially being outside, is that it helps me to kind of clear my head and getting out in nature, getting out in creation. I've talked about this before. The root word of creation is create, right? And we are all creative beings. We are all creative beings. And when we get outside, get out in creation, it helps us to tap into our creativity. And I'm in a space where I am growing and expanding. I've made some major shifts and pivots in my business. And so I'm really looking for new creative ideas for content that will enable me to fully support my new clients. And so as I was on my walk this morning, this thought popped into my, literally just kind of, I call them divine downloads, literally just downloaded from heaven, drift driving. And let me explain. I'm going to start with kind of a little bit of a story. When several years ago, I say several, a few years ago, It was right before the pandemic. So I guess it was 2020, or excuse me, 2019, summer of 2019. I was at the beach. I am a beach bum, right? I love the beach. That's part of the reason why I live in Florida. And I was going to the beach pretty regularly. And I had gone to the beach and was just kind of walking. The water was so warm. And I was just out there playing, having me a good old time. And next thing you know, I looked up, I was out there just having a grand old time. And I turned around and noticed I was way further away from the shore than I thought I was. And what happened was the water started getting a little cooler. And I was like, ooh, the water's a little chilly. Let me turn around and kind of like move back a little bit so I can get back in the warmer water. And that's when I noticed how far I was from the shore. What had happened was I was just out there, just going with the flow, and drifted out further into the water than I had really intended to, drifted out further than I had planned to. And when I noticed how far out I was like, ooh, let me get back to shore. And so I turned around, and then what happened is I had to fight against the waves to that were the waves were trying to pull me back into the water. So I had to fight against the current and the waves to get back to shore. So that's story number one. Story number two is, if you think about, well, it's not really a story, but if you think about if we're in a car and you turn the ignition on, hit the gas. As we are going down the road, we're holding on to the steering wheel, and we've gotten in the car because we have a particular destination in mind. We know exactly where we're going. We may or may not know the exact route that we're going to take, but at least we have a destination in mind. And we're very intentional about the turns that we make in order for us to get to our destination. Now, the reason why I shared those two different scenarios with you is because when it comes to being successful in life, when it comes to creating balance in your life, when it comes to prioritizing you and creating a self-care routine, you have to be intentional. If you are in that space where you are drifting looks like a lot, whatever comes your way, you just believe that whatever comes to you, that's the hand that life deals you. That's what you have to receive. That you don't really have a whole lot of control over you don't have any control over what happens, right? So if life hands you a bad deal, then it's just like, oh well, this is my life, whatever, whatever. I don't have any control over it. But people who are people who decide to take life into their own hands and control where they're going. Now, you can't control everything. Life is still going to throw some, bad situations or challenging situations or traumatic situations your way. That's still going to happen, but you have a choice how you handle that. You can just be a drifter and just allow it to come in and just say, oh, well, there's nothing, nothing I can do about it. Or you can be a driver of your life and be intentional about how you handle the various situations, right? You can say, you know what, this happened, and here's what I'm going to do to change it. I may not necessarily be able to change everything, but I can control the things that I can control, right? Take a look at what are the things that I have control over, and then redirect yourself. Be intentional about the actions that you take so that you aim yourself in the direction you desire to go, right? So, me being out in the ocean, I was just walking around. But what if I had been on a raft, right? If you think about two different watercrafts, you have and one of those inflatable floaties, right? And you're in there, you don't have any paddles or anything. You're just out there drifting. letting the current take you wherever it desires to take you. And you don't really have a whole lot of control of what direction you go in, where you go, if you go anywhere, if you go backwards, if you go forwards, if you go sideways, whatever, you don't have any control over that. But if you're in a motorboat, then, or even if you're in a canoe, then you have paddles, you have devices that you can use to steer yourself in the direction you desire to go. So even if the current is trying to take you in one direction, you have something that will help you to go against the current to still get to where you desire to go. And like I said, the reason why I'm sharing this is because in order for you to create the balance that you desire to create in your life between your career or your business or your work and your personal life, you are going to have to step into the driver's seat and be intentional. You're going to have to be intentional. That looks like there's 5 different steps that go into really creating success in anything, whether it is in a goal that you want to achieve in your personal life or in your work life, whether it's creating a plan for your self-care routine, whether it is any other goal that you might think of, creating new habits, it all starts and ends with the same 5 steps. You're going to need to really get an idea, get a picture, get a mental picture of what it is that you desire. What is it that you want? You need a vision, right? First, you have to determine your vision. Then you've got to decide what your priorities are from that vision, because a lot of times our vision is bigger than what we can achieve in a short period of time. And we want to focus on what those short-term gains and that are going to move us in the direction that we desire to go. So the second step is going to be to really prioritize the thing that you're going to focus on. Then it's going to be to establish some goals. What are the specific things that you want to accomplish? Once you've established your goals, then you need to figure out what's the plan. You need a plan. How are you going to achieve the goal? What are the specific actions that you need to take in order to achieve the goal? And then the last step is to track your success, track your progress along the way. Every single goal that you create in life, whether it's personal, whether it's business, financial, social, emotional, it doesn't matter what it is, you're going to follow those same 5 steps. And I'm going to be walking you through, or whoever the attendees, I'm hosting a workshop tonight called Return to You, where I'm going to be walking the attendees through these 5 steps and crafting and creating their self-care routine that is going to get them to the place of what I call balanced ambition in their life, where they are taking care of themselves first so they can show up as the best version of themselves for others, so that they can show up as the best version of themselves for their clients, so that they can show up as the best version of themselves for their relationships, so that they can show up as the best version of themselves for their company or organization or whatever it is, or for their community, for every aspect of their life. You cannot pour out of an empty cup. And if you are not prioritizing your self-care, if you are not prioritizing you, then you are doing yourself a disservice. So if you have been struggling with caring for you, if you're in a place of feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, stressed out, burned out, all the things because of everything that you have on your to-do list, because of all the different people that are pulling you in the various different directions, then I want to encourage you to join me tonight for Return to You. I will come back and drop the link in the comments for all of these, but you go to TresettaAnel.com/Return to You, and you can sign up for the workshop. This is not a webinar where I'm just going to be spouting information as you know. This is an actual workshop. When you finish this 2-hour workshop, you will walk away with a strategic plan on how you are going to make time for you so that you can feel better, so that you can have more joy, more peace, more freedom, more happiness, more fulfillment in your life. And you won't be so stressed out, burned out, and overwhelmed and all the other things, all those other negative things. So again, TresettaAnel.com/return to you. You can go there and sign up. By the way, I recently sent out an email. Well, I'm going to be sending out an email to those of you who are on my email list already. I've had several people reach out to me saying that they really want to join tonight, but they just can't. So I'm doing an encore next week, Tuesday, if you can't join me this week. So you'll see there's two different options to sign up. You can sign up for tonight's workshop, or you can sign up for next week's workshop. It's $67. That includes not only the workshop, but the workbook as well as the replay. Now, I do want one caveat here. If you don't sign up for the live workshop either this week or next week, when I close it out and offer the replay only, it's going to be $147. So even if you can't join us live, if you think you want the replay, then I encourage you to sign up for one of the two workshops so that you will still get access to the replay at that discounted rate. I don't want you to have to pay the additional money for being, on the other side, right? We want that early bird gets the worm. So I hope that I will see you either tonight or next week, Tuesday, as we work together to walk through all 5 steps that will help you create a self-care routine that sticks. Not one that you are going to start today and then next week it's out the window. No, we're going to break it down into tiny bite-sized pieces that are doable for you, that you know without a shadow of a doubt that you're going to be able to stick to it. And if you do, not if you do, and when you do, you're going to start to see the results in your life where you have more joy, more peace, more freedom, more fulfillment, more pleasure, right? We all want more pleasure. All of that, you'll see that you'll have more of that in your life. So that is all that I have for you today. But I want to remind you that today, just as every day, it is a great day to prioritize you. And I will see you right back here next time for another edition of, I don't even know what to call this. We'll figure out a name for it. But I'll see you all again on Thursday, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time for another edition. Bye for now.